Welcome back, everyone. We are making another recipe today. We're going to try our hand at some radish stew. We just got a huge harvest out of the garden, and maybe you're like me and you don't love eating raw radishes. I know a lot of people do like radishes with just salt or pepper, stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan. They're okay with like cucumbers and stuff, but we don't have cucumbers yet. So we are making a radish soup for a different way to try using our radishes. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and this will be a great way to have a low calorie, high nutrient soup that makes a great side dish, as well as just offering a different flavor palette for you and a different way to use up those radishes. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin by heating a couple tablespoons of olive oil in a large skillet pan here over medium-high heat. And then we will go ahead and put 4 cups of sliced radishes in here. If you don't want as much soup, feel free to half this, double it, do whatever to fit your portions. This will create 8 servings. So you can see we've just sliced up the radishes, so we'll have 4 cups of radishes. I'll break apart the ones that didn't quite get there. If you want, you can go ahead and remove the peel. We're going to leave it on. I think there's a lot of stuff in the skin, and since we didn't use chemicals on these, I feel fine with eating that. So we'll put those in there, and in addition, we'll put one full onion, or about 2 cups of diced onions. So adjust according to your onion size. And we'll let that start cooking. And what we'll be doing is allowing this to cook until the radishes become translucent, and as well as the onions start to briefly caramelize here a little bit. And then we'll start adding in our other ingredients. Once you've cooked down your radishes so they're kind of translucent here, you can see they're a lot more see-through than they were. And this will depend on how big of a pan you had. For us, it took about 10-15 minutes here just because we had more in a pan. So if you do it in smaller batches, it'll be a lot faster. Once we've done that, we're going to add our potato. We use sweet potato. You can feel free to use Yukon potatoes, russet potatoes, whatever you have on hand. We're doing sweet potatoes because we like those a little bit better, and they have a little more nutritional value, and they're not nightshades. But this is a little over 2 cups. It was 1 medium sweet potato. So we'll add that in here. And then we're going to reduce our heat to low, and we just want to simmer this, but we will add 4 cups of milk to simmer that in. And then we are also going to add salt and pepper right away, and we will be adding a teaspoon of each. If you want, feel free to add less and just season to taste when you serve this, which is typically what we do, but I am actually adding it in right away today. But we'll go ahead and add those, and then we'll just let this simmer until the potatoes become soft. So it will cook for a reasonable amount of time here. You can imagine the fresh potatoes will take a little bit of time, probably another 20 minutes or so after we bring this to, once it starts simmering here. So we'll mix this up again, and you can transfer this to a stock pot if you're making a larger batch, or if you just don't want to have such tight margins like I have here. But we'll go ahead and cover this and allow it to cook and get the sweet potatoes nice and soft. And once we've done that, we will finish off our soup. All right, once you've let this cook down a bit and your sweet potatoes are nice and tender, we're going to go ahead and transfer it to a blender, a Ninja food processor, whatever you'd like to use. One thing to keep in mind is it still will be fairly warm and produce steam. So if you don't want to worry about it popping the top off at all, wait until it's completely cooled before you blend. Otherwise, if you'd like it to retain some of that heat so you can serve it right away, you can go ahead and pour it in here. And when you put the top on, most blenders will have something like this. It's like a pour spout, but you could pop it open to let some of the steam out. You'll just want to go ahead and cover it with a washcloth or something of the like to catch the spatter. Also, don't put your hand directly over it because it will funnel steam out. So we're going to go ahead and start blending. When you finish blending, go ahead and put this in a serving dish if you are eating immediately. Otherwise, refrigerate for up to 4 days. We chose to serve our radish soup with a dollop of Greek yogurt. You could also use sour cream. We chose the Greek yogurt for a little bit healthier option and higher in protein. We also topped ours with parsley. Another option, if you would like to go the no waste route, is to dice up your radish greens and sprinkle those over the top. The sour cream and Greek yogurt also help to take a little bit of the spiciness out of the radishes, which can sometimes occur. Thank you so much for joining us and watching today. If you liked this, leave us a thumbs up and subscribe. If you would like to have the full recipe, head over to the blog for a printable version. Otherwise, we hope you'll join us again next time for another Garden Fresh recipe.